Hi guys, my name's Andy. I recently read an article about visibility for the trans community and how everyone we see in the media, they completely pass. And that sets an unrealistic expectation both for us as transgender people and for cisgender people looking at transgender people, because they look at the media and say, oh, all these people pass. And then they look at someone they know in real life and they say, how come, like, I can obviously tell that you're transgender, and they might not be thinking that exact thing, but it sets an unrealistic expectation for us because we put so much effort and time into passing when you first come out, you're probably not going to pass right away. And I obviously, like, I don't pass, and that's okay. And when I first came out, the first thing I did, I changed all my mannerisms, especially at work. I work in customer service, and when I get a customer, I immediately drop my voice to the point where my coworkers notice and they tease me about it, and I'm just kind of like, fuck off, whatever, I'm doing my deal. But passing to customers is really important to me because they'll read my name tag that says Andy, but they're still like, Miss, ma'am, and I'm like, no, I'm a guy. So I think my voice is the biggest thing that I try to change, but I also changed all my mannerisms, the way that I stood, the way I leaned on the counter, the way I walked. Just, I tried to change everything, and it was so exhausting. I didn't even realize how exhausting it was until I stopped doing it. I just showed up to work one day and I was so low on energy from everything else going on in my life that I was just like, fuck it, I can't do this today. And I haven't done it since. And you know what, I get misgendered either way, just as much. So it's not worth my energy to try and change everything about myself that I don't need to change. Yeah, there are things I want to change, and I'm not saying don't change yourself. I'm just saying, like, goals, man. Have goals. What do you actually want to change? Don't feel like you need to change. Because I've been standing the same way I stand, lean the same way I lean, walk the same way I walk forever. And those, like, you can't, like, it kills me that people try to be like, walk like a man, walk like a lady. But fucking walk. Just walk. Stand the way you want to stand. Stand the way you're comfortable. Talk the way you want to talk. Passing shouldn't be number one. Passing should be second. Being yourself should be number one. Don't lose sight of yourself. And that's something I struggled with. And one day it just clicked and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to be myself. I'll either get gendered properly or I won't. And honestly, those little things, I don't think they make a huge difference. I think the biggest thing is that now I look in the mirror and I see all the potential that I have. I look at how much I've changed, and I started doing a photo a day project, but then like my life got crazy, so I stopped. But even without looking at the pictures, like I know, like my neck's gotten wider, my shoulders have gotten broader. Um, just like little things, my calves look a lot more masculine, and I think that's kind of like a silly thing to think about, but we all think about little things like that. And I just think it's really important to see the potential and see where you're gonna be. Don't get so caught up in trying to pass 100% right now, because it's gonna hurt that much worse when someone misgenders you. And I'm not gonna lie, I don't know the right way to correct a customer, so I just let it fly. Because I don't want to start trouble at work. But I, like, some of my coworkers will address a customer when like the three of us are talking, and they'll be like, no, he. And that's great, and I appreciate them. So it's really great to have a good support network and group of people that will correct other people for you. But if you don't have that, just try not to get too caught up on it. And I know it's easy for me to say that, and it took a lot for me to believe that. But the biggest thing is coming to terms with yourself before you can listen to other people tell you who you're not. That was the hardest thing for me. I struggle a lot with my family because they all refuse to call me by my new name. They also call me my old name. My parents refer to me as their daughter. My siblings refer to me as their sister. And I'm not. And it took a long time for me to be okay hearing them talk to me that way and talk about me that way. But I had to be okay with who I am before I could deal with that. Focus on yourself, being yourself. See the potential in yourself and surround yourself by people that also see the potential in you and see the change that you've already gone through, all the changes that you've already gone through, and listen to the people that got your back, because those people are priceless. So, shout out to people that I hope never actually watch this video, but you guys are my huge support network. And just be you, man. Or girl. Or however you choose to identify. Be you first. Past second.